Pete Rose unlifting the ban. That's what you wanted to talk about there, Elliot.
It just it sucks because I mean the MLB, it's all fucking ego all the time with the umpires and all the thing, right? And like I hate that. Okay, the guy voted or the guy bet on baseball.
Do you know the story?
He bet on his team to win. So he says all the time, right? So, you know, and then you hear all like, he's not the only guy, but he's the guy that got busted. And he's the guy that came down, you know, lifetime ban. And I just think it's a tragedy because this guy, he did a lot for the sport. He continued to do a lot. I mean, he was on all of the show. Like he maintained such a positive attitude moving forward, like that even a lot of, like he's up there with, I can't remember if it was Jeter or whomever, like, and they're talking about his swing and how he would do things in that. And there's other pros up there, like younger than him, obviously, that are like, like they played their whole life and talked to so many people. And yet he's still teaching them. You know what I mean? Like, so this is a guy that kind of gave everything. And, you know, when he apologized and when he ever spoke about it, it was nothing but emotional for him. Like, because you could see how tragic he was. And to not lift it while he's alive so he can experience some of that joy, to take that from him, that's pretty shitty. Because I think that they've been considering this for too long of a time. How long does it take? How long does it take for one guy or two guys or a jury of people to sit there and be like, okay, what's the deal? Right? Do we uphold this or not? And then put it to rest. And then come out and have the commissioner say, hey, no, lifetime is lifetime. And unfortunately, he's the one that has the example made of. And moving forward, yeah, it'll have to be looked at or something. But it's just shitty. It's just a tough spot. Like I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not like a big Phillies guy or a baseball guy or what have you. I just think that because of like,
wasn't he the Reds
or Cincinnati Reds? Sorry, yeah. Thank you. Fucking hate mail coming my way for that one. But yeah, like it's just it's too bad. I don't know. That's how I feel about it, right? Like, it's kind of one of these things that's like, gives me the no feeling. Like, that should have...
I think what it comes down to, though, is if he was betting on his own team, that's where the problem is.
To win.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
To win or lose.
Fair.
Right? Like, I don't see a problem with a Major League Baseball player betting on an NBA game or betting on an NHL game. But when you're betting on your own team, win or lose, it's kind of shady. Because you could purposely lose and take the loss.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Or you could call your teammate or old friend that plays for the other team and say, "Hey, I really need this win. I bet $100,000. I'll give you 25."
Or just get your interpreter to do it for you.
Oh, Shohei Ohtani.
True.
Boy, they're looking the other way pretty good this year over that, aren't they? Yeah. Where's his reprimand? Anything? Is he still He's still swinging the bat, throwing the ball? Is he? He's still playing the game.
Yeah.
Because it was all. You're not going to get rid of the new face of hockey.
Yeah, because how much fucking money is he worth? How much fucking money is he worth to the MLB right now?
$1 billion.
And how much was he worth? How much was Pete Rose worth at the end?
Not that much.
Right? So it pisses me off. Like that really pisses me off.
And their mentality behind that
totally
too is they've got the whole countries.
Yeah.
Asia.
Set your fucking example.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And this is why I posted that story about Michael Jordan.
I was going to say,
Did you read?
No.
You didn't hear that one? So
like he bet too, right?
I posted the Jeremy Roenick interview. He was on some podcast telling a story about how him and Michael were on the golf course. They golfed at an 18-hole game, and Ronak won a bet, and they decided to do it again, and Ronak won another round. So that's 36 holes. And now Jordan's got to go play. And he's like, well, they set up some type of bet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but that's a personal
and
bet.
Ronak was like, wait a minute, you've played 2 rounds of golf. You're
All sun fucked. Like you're just, yeah.
You've been
12
drinking
years.
12 beers, 12 Coors Lights or Bud Lights throughout the course, and you think you're going to beat the spread tonight or something. It was something crazy.
I think he had to get a certain amount of points too or something.
That's
yeah.
right. He ended up getting a crazy score. The Bills like blew them out of the water. Yeah, it was a personal bet, but we all know Michael Jordan and his gambling problems. So we know that he was probably doing this. And there's no way that they're going to incriminate him because of his status.
Well, from what I hear, they did kind of, and that's why he took a leave from the NBA.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Because it was like a, hey, this shit's going on. You need to fuck off. And he
Go
left.
play baseball.
Yeah.
You know, like this man, if we want to drive this show particularly
Wayne
a
Gretzky
certain
and his
way.
Drive it, baby.
Well, no, because it brings up, like, it kind of brings up to or speaks to how these guys get involved in that, and then how their lifestyle changes, and then they kind of become bored.
Yeah.
Like you see with Hollywood actors, they turn to drugs or whatever, right? Or all of the sex or whatever, anyway. But with athletes, some of them go back to like things they did like as a kid or whatever. I give you Roethlisberger and his motorcycle, and then he lays it down in the hallway or in the road there, or the tunnel, I think.
Yeah.
Right? So I just think, you know, like, and then Mike Vick,
Dogfight.
the dog fighting ring, right? Here's a guy who, this is how he was raised. This was what he spoke to, or I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but yeah, like, so when he has money and he doesn't have much, what are you going to do? What can I challenge myself with,
Yeah,
right?
Michael
Like,
Jordan definitely had this problem because he even couldn't stand to be retired. He had to come back, and then he had to come back again to play for the Wizards.
and
He
like,
couldn't sit still.
and again, this obviously, like, I have a half pit bull, half boxer at home who I love dearly. Like, it's not that I condone any of this behavior. It's just that this is what these people know. There isn't anybody steering their ship, right? Like, I don't want to say that their parents should step in to these grown-ass adults who are making millions of dollars. But maybe the team or somebody should be like, yo, man, like, you need to kind of slow down or something, because it just gets a little wild for some of them, I think, and they can get into a little bit more trouble than they need to. I can't think of anyone in the last little while who's gone too crazy. I mean, other than like the Team Canada junior team, that's like a whole other bag of
Robert Kraft.
things.
What about the Russian player who gave up playing for nose candy and came back?
Who?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah,
There was a
yeah,
Russian
whatever.
player.
Anyway,
You guys know the Patrick Laney story
no.
about him playing video games and being addicted to video games? And I think it was
Fortnite.
Minecraft
Elias
or
Pettersson?
Fortnite, right? Yeah.
Elias
So, John, you probably know the story. Johnny?
No.
No?
I just know of it.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was just playing him, and like Austin Matthews was another one that had like, I guess, long time video game addiction,
Petey.
playing Fortnite and other games until late
Yeah.
at night till it started to affect their play.
Petey too. Yeah, Peterson too. Yeah, which is probably why part of the, like, so I've heard too, was part of the JT Miller thing. He had a problem with that.
Video games.
This is so loud. Yeah.
Yeah, well, video games are addictive.
Because like
They're
you're
no
you
joke.
know, team function or something, and he's like, no, man, I'm going to stay in tonight.
Yeah.
No, man, you need to
Or
come out
just-
with dinner with the rest of us. No, I'm fuck you, you yelly old prick. I'm staying in. Right? Like, that could cause rifts, right? But like, dude, this is how, hey, man, I had this conversation with my wife, unfortunately, who was watching me put components together today. But anyway, you play hockey until the lights go out. You have dinner, and then you probably pile over to someone's house to play Street Fighter until it's time for fucking bedtime, right? Like, video games was kind of part of our way growing up, like this generation of growing up of like a thing to do. We didn't play cards. We didn't play backgammon or, you know, chess maybe. It was kind of like NHL 94 or, you know, and some people get it. Some people fucking don't. It's polarizing. It really is, right? Like, oh, you're just wasting time. No, man, I'm in a story, or I'm, you know, chasing a fucking dragon I've been chasing all fucking week. Like, and I'm finally about to get this you know, like, whatever it is, right?
It's an escape from reality.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Or a challenge that you can't get in reality.
absolutely. Yeah. Anyway.
But it's fine until it affects your sleep.
Yeah.
Biggest impact your sleep. Like those guys, they're regulated because it's like, okay, we got to adjust for this time zone and that time zone and that one. So you want to be in bed at, I don't know, let's say 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time or 11 o'clock Pacific time. And then when you're over in another time zone, you still obey that bedtime. So you keep your body regulated, right? But if you're staying up 4 hours past that playing video games, it's going to affect your mental capabilities. Anything under, what is it, under 4 hours sleep is equivalent to some sort of brain damage, is some new study that I was reading today.
Uh-oh.
So it matters.
I'm
like
in
your
trouble.
sleep. Yeah, I must have so much brain damage.
Oh, buddy.
I barely get 4 hours sleep a night. Like, but the amount you sleep has such an impact on how well you function mentally. And playing that game at that speed, you got to be on top of it mentally.
Well,
I know
mean,
if I don't sleep well before a game, I'm shit.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
You must not sleep before a lot of games then, huh?
Ooh, shots fired.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
walked into that one.
And I'm still better than you. What's that
I
say?
know. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say this week. I think it was this week, and I think it was Biz commenting about. Well, he commented about when he was like he got to practice with Mario, like preseason, I think, and then he got or no, because I think he was in Pittsburgh or anyway, but he was practicing with Mario. And that came up, something about, and I don't know if it was Mario that was smoking heaters, but he's like, yeah, the guy will go out, smoke 2 darts, come in and get a fucking hat trick. Like, he's like, no big deal, you know? Like, so.
Gil Fleur was like that.
Yeah, like,
he was
so
smoking in the dressing room.
Microsoft.
If the guy's doing, like, just let the guy cook, man. Like, if you need him to be ready to go at 7 to 9 o'clock. That's what you need him for 2 hours. In between those 2 hours, another player shouldn't be telling another player what to do, really. Like, really. Because that's what got that guy there. He knows what he should be doing. You know, unless he's a rookie or something and like, hey, man, where's your fucking luggage at, right? Like, but yeah, it drives me, like, if guys want to stay in, if guys kind of want to just do their own thing or, you know, man, let them. But they all have to be pulling on the same rope the same way at the end of the day. Right? And hopefully we will be.
I mean, addictions come and go. So if you recognize the symptoms happening to somebody, you got to say something.
Yeah. And how bad was the addiction? How often, addiction, like how often were they doing this? Like,
It doesn't matter. If it's affecting your game or your career or the season. I don't know.
Line they said it affected his play so bad that someone finally banned his account and made a difference.
Yeah.
Then it needs to be addressed and it needs to be taken care of.
No, for sure, right? And if that's the case, I'm not privy to that. I don't know, right? But